Okay, hi guys. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a couple of the uh, very dodgy but potentially very rewarding platforms that is on the DeFi space that you can consider going into. But again, this is not financial advice. I have no freaking idea when this will fail or if they will fail. But we'll just run through some of the more popular ones. And then at the end of this video, I also will talk about one that is like has been on my radar for the longest time. And I think it's about time to go check it out. Okay, so first and foremost, just a disclaimer first that the account that I'm using to show all of you this all these platforms is not the main fund account. Okay, so this one is like I think what's the initial amount? I think maybe like 500 something USD or something like that. And then that was the initial amount, and it's just to play around with these platforms to try out with my own money before letting the fund money go in. Okay, so um, without further ado, let's go. So I am staking in Pancakeswap syrup pools. You can actually see that they have tons of other pools, and you can sort by APR to give you, whatever rates lah. So now the current staking APR is low, and usually it's low, right, in when the market is down lah. At least that's what I feel, right? So in this case, what I'm doing is I'm staking just a bit of cake, um, 14 cake, which is 755. I think I bought the cake somewhere around this price lah. And at one point, I believe it was higher also. Okay, so but the cake value doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a relatively stable coin. It is used in Pancakeswap, and I think it will be here for a while. What is more important is this one. So, if you are playing the step game or you're one of the step investors, this coin is going to be super important. So on this sub account, I'm just like using it to show in in videos like this. But in the main account, we are probably going to be staking more. I'm just waiting for like a lower price of cake because it's really taking really forever. Oops, sorry about that. So right, so when I started staking, this APR was 80 plus percent. And then yesterday it dropped to about slightly below 70, and now it's slightly below 60. So as more cake is staked into this pool, then the earnings drop. So the rate of increase has obviously been dropping for this one. At this point, 58% is really not worthwhile to do this kind of staking unless this amount here is like 100,000. Then of course that's a different story, right? So in times of like when the market is not really going anywhere, you can come to places like Pancakeswap or Uniswap or whatever, and you can stake your tokens into this kind of pools. So for me, I don't like dual pool staking, right? For example, I guess it would be like farms, right? So if I just sort by APR again, so for example, this one, right? I need to have both whatever the hell Bitcoin is and BNB, and then I have to add them as a liquidity pair, right? So basically, I will let's say I have one Bitcoin and one BNB. I'll combine them into one LP pair, right? And that LP pair, I need to stick into this particular pool to earn cake. Okay, so there's obviously some risk here. What if the price of Bitcoin, because BNB is the more stable one, right? So what if the price of Bitcoin drops super significantly? Walao, the price of your LP is going to be fucking wrecked, man. Okay, so liquidity providing, like providing liquidity in this kind of form, where it's LP tokens, is very dependent on the price of both of the coins, right? So if you're going to do a dual coin staking, then it better be two coins that the value don't really change much one. Okay, if it's all this shit coins here that I never see before. I mean shit, man. Like, what are all these coins? I have no clue. So I think I've only seen high. It was launched on Binance, I think, but the rest are like okay, like this one for example. This is slightly safer because Cake is the native token of Pancakeswap, and USDT is a stable coin. So you only need to worry about one token changing price. And for this kind of like quote unquote major coins, the price fluctuation is not so bad. right? I mean, the highest I think that cake has been in the last few weeks was probably like $9, and now it's like 750. That's a drop of like, I don't know, 15% or something. 15% ish. So like in crypto, that's not so bad, right? But then you can recover that eventually also. Whereas for some of these other like shit coins, right? I mean, shit, I've definitely seen this coin before, but I have no idea what it is. Like the price can go from like $1 to 10 cents. Your LP is worth fucking zero already. Then when you trade it back, right, you don't even get back the same value in BUSD, right? So it's very. I don't like the dual coin pools. Okay, so I prefer to go for the single coin pools lah. But as you can see, right, because it's a shit coin, the APR is so much higher. I mean, ours one stick cake earn GMT only gives you like 60%. This one you put two coin become a LP token, give you 180%, which is 0.5% per day roughly lah. Right, so that's really quite a big difference. Okay, so you can do something like this where you just come and stake stuff and earn other stuff. The reason why I don't stick cake to earn stake cake, right, is because I don't think cake is got any use lah. Okay, but in this case, GMT has some use. That's why I'll be doing more of this kind of staking. Hopefully, the APR don't drop anymore. It's really not worthwhile anymore. And also, some of them have endpoint one. So when I started staking this particular small amount of cake, the number of blocks left was around 400,000. Right. So when this timer ends, and of course you can click on it to roughly see the countdown. So you got basically 11 more days to earn GMT by staking cake. And after this point, no more already. This pool will end and bye bye. I mean, not bye bye, you lose all your funds, but bye bye, you won't have any gains. Okay, so this is one way that you can earn more crypto even though the price is dropping. Okay, so this is Pancakeswap. The next platform that we're on is a bit of a confirm with Ponzi scheme now. Okay, so basically how this thing works, right, is very simple. Okay, you connect your MetaMask or your Trust wallet or whatever wallet that you have that can hold BNB, and then you like for example 0.04. Then you click on Big Beans. Okay, so what this means is basically you are locking in 0.04 BNB into this particular contract on this platform called bigbeans.io. Okay, and the login is permanent one. There's no way that you can take out the initial principal. Okay, but they will pay you 8% per day. So if you had put in one BNB, then on by the end of the 24 hours after you have baked the first bean, you will get 0.08 BNB. Okay, then you can choose to reinvest the 0.08 because that compounds now you have 8% on 1.08 BNB, which is more. Or you can choose to eat beans, which is to withdraw. In this case, my reward is 0.031 BNB. Okay, but this 0.031 BNB is subject to a 3% developer fee. So whatever that you take here times 0.97 to get the actual amount. Then, of course, minus the gas fee, then that's the final amount that you get out. So same thing when you're going in, you also will minus the gas fee. When you rebate, that means reinvest, you also minus the gas fee, but that's a standard lah. So no worries there. Okay, so the only worry that you need to have about this kind of project is the contract size. Okay, so when I went in, right, the amount kept on increasing. It went from like 20,000 all the way to as high as 35K BNB. Okay, so as long as it's going up, that means more new suckers are going in. That means you have more time to exit. Okay, but as of last 2 days, this contract size has decreased from 35 to 28. So 7,000 BNB has been redrawn and no one is going back in. Or I mean, not that no one's going back in, but the net out is more than the net in. Okay, so don't give a shit about these beans. It really doesn't matter. Just need to see this one, right? So you can take a look at the smart contract, and you can see that it matches lah to 28.4K, 28.4K. Of course, the website takes longer to update. The smart contract is more accurate, but it's roughly there one. Okay, and you can see that so you it's very funny because in the contract it says like hedge X and sell X, right? So sell X is take your money, which is eat beans, and then hedge eggs is really big. So although you see like a lot more people are hatching eggs, right? But the contract is still the total balance is shrinking. Okay, so it's probably like the bigger players, like one single cell, like minus off all these hedge. That's probably why it's dropping lah. Okay, but yeah, that seems to be the case. Okay, so this kind right is like you just that they all these channels exist on Telegram a lot, and they will just like, hey, have you heard about this new miner? Is like pays like 15% per day, whatever. You just go in, you just wait. Don't be the first sucker to deposit, right? Then just let the contract start growing. Like once it passes like maybe 10,000 of whatever the token is, or 20,000, then maybe you can go in and try to get out. Okay, because at 8% a day, you break even on the 12 and a half day, right? And it's not like they only pay you the interest every 24 hours. So like I've been on this page for a while, right? 0.031. I'm just gonna refresh. Oh, it's still 0. But you sometimes it increases. And you can see just now it was 28,461. Now it's down already. Okay, but basically it's like every few minutes or what, it will increase by a bit lah, depending on what amount you started with. Okay, so this kind just is definitely a Ponzi. Like you need more people after you to deposit so that you can have more days to withdraw. Once the contract reaches zero, so when this 28.4K BNB is people eat until zero, then the game is over lah. There's no way to recover anything after this because the contract is a contract, right? So I hope that the this 28K can last a few more days until I've recovered my full amount, and then beyond that, it's just profit already. So a lot of these platforms they will recommend that you do out of 1 week, right? 6 days you reinvest, then 7 day you take out, and this is supposedly the quote unquote battle tested way of doing this kind of project. Of course, if everyone do 6 day reinvest, 1 day withdraw, the project will last for a long time. So I always go into the Telegram channel and people will be posting their strategies like, oh, I'm a 6 day reinvest, 1 day withdraw. Then if there's a lot of people doing that, then I will go and put like a bit lah, like 0.5 BNB or whatever. Let me just go and try. Right. So I can't I need to go and check how far away I am from breaking even, but I think it's less than a week. Less than a week to go for this one. Okay, so this is the next possible platform, and there's shit tons of miners out there. You just need to search like BNB miner or Phantom miner or whatever. There's tons of them. Lah. Okay, so like watch the contract size for maybe a day or two. If after 1 day, 2 days still increasing, even if increased by a bit, at least increasing, then you can try to pull. Basically 8% is 13-day profit already. Then if it's 15%, obviously it's like freaking like 7 days break even plus profit already. Okay, so see the this, but also look at this, the dev fee and what platform the gas is on. Okay, so the next one is this particular platform called Titano. So they recently launched the version 2 of this app. I redrew to put into another platform already, so I'm just leaving a bit left here to see how it goes. Right, so how this platform works is very simple. You buy this token called Titano over here, and you just hold it in your wallet. You don't even need to stick anywhere, right? Like the previous Big Beans one, you need to stick it into the contract. This one just hold in the wallet, and it's considered staking already. Okay, so basically you get 1.19 not 1.91% interest per day, right? So if you started with 100 Titano, after 24 hours you end up with 101.91 Titano. Okay, so the standard one, and it's auto compounding. Okay, but it doesn't compound, but the interest is not paid once a day. It is paid once uh it's paid once every 30 minutes, so 48 times a day. And that's how often it compounds, right? So the next, you can see that the next rebase, okay, I don't know what time this is in our time, but basically every time it just increases by 0.03%, this fixed one. And after 30 days, you expect to have a 78.91 percent return, which is damn crazy to be honest. So I mean, just to put it into perspective, right? So like at this daily ROI rate and this starting amount of like 13 USD, if you allow it to compound at this rate, right, for 1 year, that means 365 days, you are probably looking at around 10K, which I mean, it's just ridiculous. Lah. And of course, the price of this token has um, moved around quite a bit. At its high, it was around, I think it went up to 10 cents, and then now it's down to like 5 cents. So I bought in, shit, I can't remember. I bought in twice. I bought in once at around 7 cents, and I bought in once when it crashed down to like 4, and it seems to have found like the base now. It's been at 5 cents for a few days already, which is very encouraging for this kind of very shitty platform. Lah. Okay, this platform has a lot of influences on it. If of course if you have big money, you're going $1 million, 1% every day is like 1,000. Is it 1,000? Fuck, no, it's $10,000 a day, which is, I mean, what the fuck, you can do a lot of shit with that. And then most of them reinvest it also, so it's just more and more. And Titano plans to have its own like lottery system, like you can buy some tickets and then there'll be lucky draw. That will definitely get more people onto the platform. So we'll see. On these platforms, I don't intend to increase the amount except for the next one that I'm going to show you. So I think that one has the most potential. But we'll see lah. Okay, so you can also try out these kind of platforms. This one is also on the Binance chain. So you use your BNB to trade for Titano, and then when you are exiting, you can sell your Titano for BNB. Okay, for this kind of high daily ROI projects, there is one thing you need to consider: the buy and sell tax. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the Titano buy tax is 13%, and the sell tax is like 20% or something. Like it's around 35%. I think 15 and 20 maybe. Right. So it's freaking high. Like there's no way to you can like day one go in 100K, then the price change 10%, then you sell. Wow, you will lose money like mad. Okay, so it encourages, not encourages it forces people to lock in for a long period of time, because just to earn back the 35% buy sell tax, you need to stay for what, 35 divided by one, at least for close to 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks because of the compounding, right? So like basically everyone is forced to stay at least 2 weeks if the price remains constant, just to break even, right? If the price goes down, shit, you need to stay for damn long, man, in order to break even, right? That's basically encouraging people to stay, lah, which I think is a good mechanic, but it's really damn painful when you see the 35% tax at the end. Okay, so this is one platform, and another platform that is damn similar to it. This one, this is really stupid. I mean, I only put like $5 in it or something. What is it worth now? Oh, it's worth less. Right, so the price has gone down a bit. I think the launch price was about $200, so it's gone down $23, which is about 10%. So lost 10% in value, but that's fine. As you can see, the daily ROI is 2.28%. Oh, and I think if I'm not wrong, this one is every 10 minutes. It's even better. After 2 minutes, you'll come back to this screen, lah, okay? But basically, yeah, you just leave it there, and you see, so I'm starting with my starting of $3.55, right? So I just drag it to 1 year. That's 13K already. I mean, I highly doubt all these projects will last a year, but I mean, I can afford to lose $3.55, right? So I'm just gonna leave it in here. And like when if I hear any news like, oh, it's going to be shut down or we're giving up on the project or something, then I go and sell lah, and hopefully there's some money that comes out. And you can see like the difference is very big. Like after 6 months, right, like half a year, your 355 only becomes 208. But if you leave for another 6 months, it suddenly becomes 13,600, which is the power of compounding interest. Okay, so this is SAFUU, is like a fuck you to everything. And then this one, which is like a mix of the previous one and the previous one. So the launch price was around 35 cents. I think this one has dropped significantly, and it's every 15 minutes. So the last one was 383K%. This one is even higher, so it's got to be higher than 2.28%, right? To get this one, maybe 2.3. And basically, yeah, the same thing everywhere lah. Same thing over here. If I take my max and I just move to the end, $1.57 becomes 6,001. I mean, seriously, money really dropped from the sky. Right, so all these platforms are really like shit coins one, like it's not going to go anywhere. It won't go to the moon. It won't be used by any company. It's just printing money and hope that more people choose to enter than exit. And same thing, there's also the buy sell tax for this kind of platform. Across the board, you can just assume that the buy tax is around 15% and the sell tax is around 25%. So the total is around 40%. Okay, so if it's a daily of around 2%, you need at least 2 weeks to break even, 3 weeks to be safe. Okay, so this is the two platforms, and then the next one would be this one called Libero Financial. And honestly, when this thing launched, right, I thought, oh my god, this is gonna be freaking amazing. But uh, questionable. Okay, so it also has a fixed APY structure. Same thing, they pay like every 15 minutes, I think. Not sure. They just change a bit here and a bit there lah. You know, is it pay every 5 minutes, pay every 10 minutes, pay every 30 minutes, or every hour, whatever. Some of them are as ridiculous as pay every 10 seconds. But just know they're not paying you USD. They're paying you in a token, which has a perceived value. Okay, so I think this one, even though the price has dropped by like, okay, it was 0.008 when I entered, and despite it dropping by like 75%, I'm close to break even. That's how ridiculous the compound interest is. Okay, but I have a very small balance in my active wallet, which is the account wallet, because I'm testing more on the Libero Bank. Okay, so in the active wallet, I have about $16 worth of Libero, right? And in the Libero Bank, okay, so active wallet earns you 2.04% per day. In Libero Bank, you earn half. Okay, so you will earn, where is it? It's over here. 1.03% per day on your Libero, but you gain an additional bonus of BUSD, which is the Binance US dollar coin. Okay, and you can use the USD reward to buy Libero without the buy tax. So there's a 15% gain instantly when you buy like this. So it's to compound lah. And of course, I can also claim my daily, and this claimed daily one basically adds to my active wallet. So the suggestion from them is to, out of your total funds, 50% into bank, 50% to active wallet, and then draw out 1% per day um, from the bank, I think, which is this one. So every day just draw out this one. And you have to lock it for a period of time. So in order to get the best rate, you have to lock for 4 years. And you can see the average lock time is close to 4 years. Obviously, I just went for YOLO and I locked for 4 years also. You can withdraw at any time, but if you withdraw before your timing that you put up there, so if I withdraw before June 10, 2026, I will forfeit 90% of everything that I own. And the 90% will be distributed to all the other bank people who didn't break the bond. Okay, so this one is a bit interesting also because basically there's like two functions, and every like month they'll drop some, like they'll give away actual USD lah to people who are inside the bank. As you can see, my share is not very big, so I only get a very small amount. But this amount can buy a lot more Libero because the price is low now, and that will allow me to compound even more. This price has also roughly been there already, like it's been around this 0.002 for a while now. If it goes down anymore, it's obviously going to be shit for me, but I mean, it's a small amount lah, so just let's just hope for the best. Okay, then that's the end for Libero. The last one would be this thing called Animal Farm. Okay, so this one and the bonus platform, the one that I've been looking at for a while, is very, very linked. Okay, because the person who built Animal Farm also built the other platform. Okay, and the other platform has been around for more than a year, which is extremely, extremely rare and extremely surprising in this space for a project that has no VC funding to last more than 1 year and still pay out the same returns as when it first started. Okay, that's damn amazing. Okay, so the other project I'm talking about is called Drip. Later on I'll show you the website and everything, but basically this is like the spin-off lah. Okay, so this guy built this platform called Animal Farm. Right now it's under maintenance. They are trying to they're ironing out some bugs lah while they launch version 2. And version 2 is either supposed to come out on the 28th of April, which is tomorrow at the time of recording, or the Thursday after that, so like start of May. And basically you there's two main tokens that you need to worry about. As you can see on the screen now, there's got a pigs token and a dogs token. The pigs token is the one that's going to give super high returns when it launches in version 2. Um, it's like it's going to pay 3% per day. I don't know for how long, but you can only withdraw 2% of your funds every day. So it's always going to be increasing based on just these numbers alone, right? And you can obviously there'll be other things like you can stake dogs to earn pigs, or you can stake BNB to earn dogs, then stake these dogs back to earn pig. So it's like a cycle again. Lah. Okay, so for me, what I did was I staked BUSD, which is a stable coin, to earn me dogs, in the hope that the dogs were able to earn me pigs, and then the pigs can earn the 3% per day. Then I can convert the pigs to BUSD and exit after that. Okay, alternatively, you can do other things like with you can add in Bitcoin to get dogs, you can add in cake to get dogs, but all the cake will be staked to earn GMT on Pancakeswap, so it doesn't matter, right? So you have all this like I mean, really interesting stuff lah. So total liquidity 1.3 billion, which is really surprising for this kind of project. Usually it's around 100 million max. 200 is pushing it already, right? So this one you can consider. It's built by this guy called Forex Shark, who is very big in the DeFi space, very well known developer, so far seems to be trustworthy. My only issue with him is that his punctuality is damn bullshit. Okay, so he'll be like, oh, I'm going to start a video call now to explain the new pig pen, which is what you see on the screen. And it will start at 12 midnight. And then after the video call is over, we will launch the pig pen. That's, for example, what he said the last time. Okay, then, so my friends and I, we all go into the video call, and he freaking talks for like 6 fucking hours on like the technical aspects of Pigpen, which I don't think like 99% of people understand. Even most of us like who have been in this space for a while, we also don't really understand what he's talking about. And after 6 hours, he'll be like, "Oh no, we found a bug in the Pigpen. We need to go and fix it. So we're gonna like delay the launch by a couple of hours. I'll update you guys in the Telegram chat." And then it's like freaking 6 a.m. for us, right? But it's like just like lunchtime for them. So like, okay, fuck, never mind. Just gonna sleep now. I mean, uh, so the reason why we want to be there when they launch version 2 is because when you when you enter early, the APR is high. So like instantly when you enter, so for example, if I'm the first one to put the picks in, right, then every subsequent person who put picks in will have to pay the pool fee, right? And I'm the only person inside there, so I'll get 100% of the pool fees. That's why going in early is damn important. Of course, that being taking 100% of the pool fee will only last for a while, because once the second person come in, then y'all will split it evenly, assuming y'all put the same amount of picks. Then the next person come in, then you'll start split. So the ROI will drop extremely fast from like 300,000%. It'll drop to the average of like maybe around 80%, 70%, like what you see on Pancakeswap. That's a mature platform, right? So um but if you get in early, you get to eat the next few people before everyone, like, before you even sit out lah. So that's why we're trying to go in, but then he always delays, and he's not really like, he doesn't give like a hard and fast, oh, this project will go live in 4 hours. He's just be like, oh, it'll be a couple of hours. Like, what the fuck? Seriously, like, we need to plan our sleep cycles, right? So that's the only thing I don't like about him. But he created Drip, which is really damn like solid lah. And I think that's gonna be the next one that I go into already. Okay, so let me try to find the Just gonna search. Garden. I don't remember what is the link. I'm just gonna have to find it. So Drip is currently paying 1% per day, and the price has been really stable for some reason. Um, and it's like pretty sort of like a pyramid MLM thing. So like if you have a lot of referrals, then you get a lot more. And of course, as the head of your team, you can choose to airdrop some drip to your followers, and that's to encourage more people to join your team lah, because there's a chance of getting free stuff, right? So, um, a lot of the drip is linked to Animal Farm because like he's trying to make like the two coins like sort of like interdependent and stuff like that. And before that, there was this token called BR34P, which is still surprisingly also very stable in price. But basically, yeah, so you can buy drip, but I would strongly recommend that you um, buy under someone's downline. And if you're looking for downline, it's not me. I'm also gonna buy under someone else because he has a fuck ton of drip, right? And very he has airdrop before, like he gives away some stuff occasionally. But basically, like it improves the efficiency, like it's like, for example, you are a single person who go and mine, go in and go mine. How much gold can you get? Then you have a team of 10 people that go. You obviously can mine more, lah, right? So that's sort of, I mean, it's not exactly how it works, but that's sort of how it works. Like the more people you have in your team, the more drip token that you can earn together collectively, and of course, there'll be like the upline will receive a cut of all these earnings and whatever, but it's if you don't have an upline, then the I think it just goes to the pool, then it pays out to all the stakers or what. So it doesn't really make a difference. Like you're not earning less because you have an upline, but you are collectively going to earn more if you have someone who invited you. So if you're interested, then you let me know. I'll send you the guy's link, and then you can join from there. Okay, so this one is the one I'm looking at, and you can see, of course, yeah, the price has dropped from like what's this price here? 32 to 30, but that's honestly not very significant lah. I mean, if it's 30, let's just round it down to 30, right? So 30 times 1%, right? Then I just keep going, right? 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. Then I'll be at 31.8 already, which is like somewhere here, right? Which is close to the top of 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At the 7th day, I'll have whatever the price drop has done over this period of time, I will have earned it back just from the interest alone, right? So this is the the principle that all this DeFi staking has in common, is that what they are telling people is that it doesn't matter about the price, right? Because you are going to stake long term because of the high tax for buy and sell. You're going to stake long term, and the increase in total tokens will make up for any price drop that you experience. Okay, that is true in the long run, right? But there's still the risk, right, of two things happening. One, the token price go to zero. Then obviously, no matter how much you earn, it won't earn back, lah. Okay, the second thing, which has happened on other platforms before, is that the lead developer. So in this case, Forex Shark, for example, Forex Shark one day say, you know what, screw it, I don't want to do it anymore. It's not a crime lah to quit your job, right? But when he quit his job and he don't improve the project anymore, will the project still sustain? I don't know, right? So this is like the two risks that you have when it goes to DeFi. One, the token go to zero, then you're fucked. The other one is the lead developer or the lead developer team decides to call it a day, then you're fucked also. Because in both cases, usually, because when all these teams, when they make announcements, they're usually based in like Europe or US or one of these like Western countries. So when they make the announcement, usually it's like in their daytime, right? Which is going to be the time that you sleep. So when they make the announcement, if you're awake, you can immediately sell and maybe, catch some profit on the way down, or like lessen your losses. But if you are completely asleep while they make an announcement, the whole world will sell first. Then you'll be left with, shit, man, my token is only worth like 17 cents, then you're screwed already. Right? No matter how much you've earned before, unless you're gonna be screwed. So that's the risk that you face for this kind of thing. And yeah, just hopefully this gives you a bit of insight as to where some of the funds that I have go into. Some of them go into this kind of platforms, and of course, there's a risk, further risk on our end, which is that if any investor says like, "Hey, I need the money tomorrow," wow, fuck, man, I need to dig it out from somewhere because as you can see, like the um drip, for example, is like you have to lock for a year, because 1% per day, right? In order to break even, is 1% per day. Then there's a sell tax of 10%, right? Then you have the Titano buy tax 15%, sell tax 20%, total 35%. So I need a lot of time to break even on this kind of projects, and I'm only going in hoping that it's a long term thing, right? So that's a further risk. But if you're an individual investor, I don't think it should be an issue. So hopefully this video helps. I know it's been a long one. I'm just gonna upload to YouTube and then y'all can just watch in your free time. Hope this video helps. If you know of any other platforms, for example, I've been on Spear Finance. I think I'll show you this one. This is probably the last one already. Um, I need to change the network to Polygon. So while it changes, it's basically the same as Titano and Libero and Safu and whatever. It's basically every couple of minutes. Okay, it's very slow. I'm gonna change the chain first. Every couple of minutes or what, it gives you a like compounding interest lah, right? And that's basically just how it works. So change to Polygon first, then open the Polygon one, right? So the developer of this project is also quite brilliant. The price has taken a huge nosedive over the last couple of weeks or so, but hopefully it goes back up. Even if it doesn't go back up, just I hope that it just stays here. 'Cause then I'll just earn back over time. Um, I've also taken out from here and then I bought back at a lower price. So this one is still, I think this one is even profitable. So wow, it's taking like freaking forever. Okay, so I mean, don't need to see the holdings now. I'll just show you the feature that I think is damn interesting. So basically, this is Sphere Games. You can deposit your Sphere tokens into here, and you get like lottery tickets, lah, basically, right? But the thing is that when you deposit your Sphere into Sphere Games, you don't get any interest at all paid on it. Okay, so I have like 4,061 tokens in my active wallet, and I have about 500 plus tokens in this game wallet, which gives me a 1 in 10,000 chance of winning this prize over here, which is $73,000. Of course, you can increase. So if I put all my current tokens in here, you'll see that my chance goes to 1 in 1.2K, which is pretty good. Because if you have 40,000 tokens, 1 in 100, that's really, I mean, that's as good as it gets already, lah. Okay, so currently there's 54.8 million tickets in here, and yeah, so it's 89% of this lah. It's not the whole thing, but it's still very significant. Okay, so once you put your spear into spear games, you have to leave it in here for I think 14 days, right? Yeah, 14 days. So if you try to withdraw before 14 days, you will be taxed 30%. Okay, then the remaining 70% goes to your active wallet, which is this wallet that has this amount here, and then continues to earn lah. But you are taxed 30%, which is quite high. So hopefully in 7 hours and 24 minutes, I will win 89% of 73,000. That will be life changing, I think. And this is the other platform that I'm in. So as I said, like this one, the developer's really quite brilliant, and I think he has a lot of great plans. But until he executes like any of these plans, it's gonna be just a Ponzi scheme, right? So after 4 months, initial of about $100 is gonna become 1.1K, which is pretty good. And I think that's pretty much it. So I will close this. I don't think there's anything else. So all this I'm no longer using. I guess the other one that I'm looking at is this is on the Avalanche, I think. So it's a very interesting name. It's called Tor Nodes. So um, depending on which one you select, your initial deposit will have to increase, of course. So like you need just 1.25 Tor to get this node, but you only get this amount of returns per day, right? So we can do the maths over here: 0.008 divide by 1.25 times 100. So 0.64% per day. Okay, then you go to this one, it becomes 0.05 divided by 6.25. Okay, zero point 0.8, so already higher, right? Then you go to the Tor node itself, you're looking at 0.144 divided by 12.5 times 100. So over 1% per day, 1.15. And finally, if you get a massive Odin node, 0.2 divided by 78.125, you're looking at 1.3%. So there's slight difference between these two, but the initial amount is quite significant lah. Okay, so yeah, you just need to. It's same thing. It's very dependent on the Tor token price. I don't know what the price is now. Price chart. So let's see the price and how far it's been moving up a bit. See, the market cap is really damn small. 13 million is nothing in crypto, man. Okay, so you can see that the price at the start is always fucking fire. So all the hype and everything. And then like because this is not the actual start of the project. The actual start of the project is probably like here, right, in the private sale. Like people get in at dirt cheap prices. So like the starting price over here was 70 $67. Most likely the people who got into the private sale got in around like $5, max $5. It could even be lower. Right. So these people who got in early, as soon as it's launched to the public, they already times 10 their investment. So just wait for 1 or 2 days until it goes up to them extreme, right? Then they start to sell, right? Then of course there'll be people who think, oh yeah, this is a long term project, right? Let's like buy back in lah. So if you bought like around here, then the price drops some more. So logically, right, if you think that it's really a long term project, the logical step that you should take when the price drops is to buy more. Because let's say you bought one at $100, or what's this price here? Let's say you bought one at $200, then the price drops all the way to 100. Then you buy another one. So now you have an average buying price of $150 instead of your initial 200. Right? Then the price drops again, then you buy again. Your average buying price keeps on dropping. So you only need to make it the price only needs to go up to a certain point for it to break even. Although at this point it seems to have flatlined around back to the starting point now. So right, like this was the lowest at the starting day, right? So 5.6 something. I mean, it's close lah. It's close to the end already. Um, but the thing is that as long as there's market cap or lock in value, right, it should be fine lah. And you can see that it's not very active. In the last 5 minutes, there's only 6 transactions, and it's like $450 worth. So all small fry one. Okay, in the last 1 hour, 64 transactions, around 10K. So it's like shrimp lah. Then 6 hour, 63K, last 24 hours, 320K, also really stream one. Like some of the other projects like Spear, like there can be single transactions of 100K and something, and that just is encouraging to see from a stream point of view that there's whales who are willing to play lah. Right, so these are the two projects I'm probably looking at. Tor, I don't know whether it will last long, but I'm more looking at Drip honestly, and I think that Drip will go way longer than Tor and some of the others also. So hope this video helps. It's been a long video. Uh, if you have any questions about any of the platforms, please let me know. I'll try to answer. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.